It's time to meet up with Burlington Mayor Marianne Meed Ward. Good morning.
Good morning, Bob.
Thanks for starting your day with us. Are you going to be up past your bedtime tonight cheering on two Burlington natives with the Team Canada women's gold hockey game?
Well, between cheering them on and listening to delegations on our urban boundary expansion, we have 51. So it could be an interesting and long day.
Yes, you've got lots to juggle. All right, first up, let's talk about your reaction to the announcement this week. Of course, we've got capacity limits lifting just in time for the weekend for Burlington businesses, and we'll see the vaccine passports go on March 1st, so that's got to help.
Well, I know a lot of people are ready for this pandemic to be done. All of us are just weary of 2 years of health measures and restrictions. So it is hopeful to be able to look to a time when some of those, not all, will be lifted. But I also know there's still a lot of anxiety in the community. We still have the virus with us, and we were right at this point. It feels a bit deja vu. Last year, if you remember, everything was opened up and then we were back into a lockdown. So whatever happens, we can't turn back. When we start to open up, we really have to make sure that there's no going back because, the community is just cannot do another lockdown. So slow, measured when the health indicators are there, and it looks like that is happening. But there are a lot of people that are nervous, and even though the province is saying that it will lift the requirement to show proof of vaccination on March 1st, a number of businesses in other areas may continue for the safety and health and comfort of their own patrons. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, you alluded to your busy day. There's a regional council meeting regarding job growth and the existing boundaries as you're trying to sort that out within Halton.
Yeah, we are required at the region to plan for how to accommodate the population that the province gives us, which is 1.1 million people, 500,000 jobs out to 2051. So our regional staff have come up with what they call a preferred growth concept, and that concept does anticipate about over 5,000 acres of farmland being added to the urban boundary for development. We've heard a lot of concerns from the community about that, and so myself and Oakville Mayor Rob Burton brought an amendment to the preferred growth concept that would protect the urban boundary out to 2041, buy us time to look at how we're going to ideally try to accommodate that density within our existing urban boundaries in Halton region for the balance of the 10 years. So that's what's on the table. There's an amendment from Councillors Best and Fogel to our amendment that would add a little bit more detail about how we might do that. So I think this is a good way forward, and we're hoping to get the support of Regional Council. But we have a lot of delegations to hear from. I'm looking forward to that. And if we need an extra day, we will be finishing up our business on March 9.
Okay, well, we'll look forward to updates on that. There's also a virtual town hall planning study for the Waterfront Hotel proposed planning application. And so there's a preferred concept has emerged here?
Absolutely. We had our open house last night. There were over 100 people. It was great to see that kind of turnout. And there's two separate things that are being done in parallel but will be joined. One is a study is required to be done, and that's the boundaries of the study up on the screen, before any application comes in. However, we have received an application, so we are processing that application, and the study work will inform what our staff recommend on the actual development application. But the emerging concept for the study sees a lot more green space on the west side of the site that's contiguous with Spencer Smith, and much lower heights than what's being proposed, in the neighborhood of 15 to 22 stories, 2 towers, 3-story podium set back from Brant Street. So that is the emerging concept that was presented to the community last night by some of the comments that were in the chat. They certainly prefer that to the development application, which contemplates 2 35-story towers and no additional green space on the site. So that's where it's at now. And there's a public meeting, a statutory public meeting on February 22nd to review the development application. So I hope people tune in for that too.
Okay, and is there a deadline for public input?
There is for the study, there is for the study March 1st. So if you go to getinvolvedburlington.ca, you'll see the waterfront study pop up. You can see the slides from last night. That'll be posted shortly. And there's the contact information of the planner for how to provide your feedback. It's the end of the month, so double check dates. Yeah. But we have to complete our work on the application by April.
Okay, such an important and sensitive planning process to protect Burlington's beautiful waterfront. So we will continue to get updates from you on that, and thanks for joining us. Have a great Wednesday, busy Wednesday.
You too.